With me is my colleague Meghna Deka.
Well, thank you so much and a warm welcome. Well, ahead of the 2024 Mahasangram, the opposition has started fear-mongering over EVM ringing. In fact, just after the opposition unity meeting in Patna, Shiv Sena Uddhav camp and its mouthpiece Samna has hit out at the BJP over EVM alleged Ghotala. Team
Uddhav has alleged that it would be difficult for the Saffron party to win without tampering the EVMs. Once an ally of the BJP, Uddhav did not stop at that and threatened that if there is any EVM Ghotala, then people of this country who feel affected will create a Manipur-like situation in the whole country.
In fact, Samna, which is of course the mouthpiece of Uddhav Sena, has also hailed the opposition unity and the massive show of strength. Other opposition parties, however, have jumped on to the bandwagon of Uddhav Thackeray, saying that their attack on the BJP is alleging that it's not for EVMs, BJP would not have been in power.
और इसे कैसे देखते सर ईवीएम के जरिए जो आपने कहा है कि ईवीएम की अगर हम बात करें,
बार अगर ईवीएम का घोटाला करने की थोड़ी भी कोशिश हो गई तो पूरा देश का मणिपुर हो जाएगा।
देखिए, ईवीएम के जरिए ही तो ये सत्ता में आए हैं ना, और सभी को मालूम है कि इस देश को मणिपुर को सीरिया बनाने में आप कभी उम्मीद कर सकते थे? सीरिया, लेबनान एक फेल्ड स्टेट है, पाकिस्तान एक फेल्ड स्टेट है।
ऐसा पूरे देश में होगा।
पूरे देश में ये सामना ठीक कह रहा है, सामना सचेत कर रहा है इस देश के लोगों को। इससे पहले मरहूम अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी साहब की भी तो सरकारें थी। ये सरकार टोटल बतौर मर्शनरी काम कर रही है और ये पैदल सेना है।
दुनिया भर के देशों ने इस बात को समर्थित किया है कि जहां पर ईवीएम मशीन का था वहां पे उन लोगों ने बैलेट पे वो लोग आ गए। तो जब दुनिया में होता है तो देश, हिंदुस्तान में क्यों नहीं होता? क्योंकि देश, दुनिया का सबसे बड़ा लोकतांत्रिक देश है हिंदुस्तान है। तो ऐसे समय में हिंदुस्तान के जो बैठे हुए सत्ता में जो प्रधानमंत्री के रूप में नरेंद्र मोदी जी, जो दुनिया के अभी अमेरिका में उन्होंने बहुत लोकशाही के ऊपर बहुत बड़ा स्पीच किया, तो क्या देश की जनता की भावना को आदर नहीं करेंगे? तो इस बात में बैलेट पे इलेक्शन होना चाहिए, ये देश की जनता की मांग है। तो इस तरह से मणिपुर और ये करके इस देश को जलाकर बीजेपी को क्या मिलता है?
This has now sparked a massive political storm and the EVM tampering debate is once again at the forefront. The BJP is gunning for opposition and has questioned them over the polls they've won despite levelling EVM tampering charges.
In fact, it's alleged that it's just a tactic of the opposition ahead of the polls.
अब 24 में उनकी हार निश्चित है और वही कारण है कि अभी से उन्होंने ईवीएम घोटाले के नाम पर रोना शुरू कर दिया। 2 महीने पूर्व कर्नाटक में कांग्रेस जीतती है तब ईवीएम बिल्कुल ठीक है, पर 2024 में यदि भाजपा पुनः जीतेगी उनके हिसाब से तो ईवीएम घोटाला। समूचा विपक्ष दल क्या देश के लोगों को मूर्ख समझता है? विपक्ष दलों की क्या मानसिकता है? यह पूरी तरह से हार का रोना उन्होंने अभी से आरंभ कर दिया है।
Opposition has raked EVM issue ahead of polls several times, but their claims proved wrong.
In fact, in these recent allegations, Congress has cited several of the apprehensions that they have had in the Karnataka elections, for example, saying that they were used in South Africa, but the grand old party got a complete majority in the southern state.
Let's open this up to our guests who are joining us now. Charu Pragya of the Bharatiya Janata Party and Rohan Mitra is a political analyst. Good evening, both of you. Charu, Uddhav Thackeray has said that if there is no if there is EVM tampering, there will be Manipur-like situation.
I'm failing to understand, Pranesh. Is he giving a threat to the ruling dispensation? Is he telling us that there's going to be anarchy? Because none of what the opposition leaders are saying right now is making any kind of sense. Let's look back at the most recent elections. Let's start with Karnataka. My party did not win Karnataka. We did not blame the EVMs at all. Same happened in Punjab. And the same happened in Himachal Pradesh elections. There was no talk of EVM, no talk of tampering at all. When the opposition brings up the issue of EVMs, you have to be sure of one thing. they know they are fighting a losing battle. And the same thing happened in 2018. And I want to remind everyone of the time when the Election Commission actually organized a hackathon. All the political parties in India were invited to this hackathon, and they were told that you can come and try and hack this EVM and show us how this is done. None of the political parties turned up, I think barring the left. No party turned up because they know a EVM cannot be hacked at all. So this is only a propaganda which is being continued by the opposition parties when it suits them. When they win an election, the EVMs are absolutely fine and they want to be congratulated. But when they
that's
fear
the
losing,
important
or when
point.
they actually
Charu, do stay on with us. Rohan Mitra, as Charu is also pointing out, when the opposition manages to win, like Congress did in Karnataka, like it did in Himachal, other parties have also managed to win several of the big states, then the EVMs are working fine. Is it possible to have EVM Ghotala selectively and only when the BJP wins?
Good evening, Meghna. Good evening, everyone. See, first of all, Mr. Uddhav Thackeray was a partner with the BJP for the longest time. The inside information what Mr. Thackeray possesses on what is the strategies of the BJP from the past, nobody else would have that kind of information. So for and as you said, there is no elections coming up right now.
So you're saying Congress's alliance partner was part of EVM Ghotala?
Sorry, I didn't get that question.
Are you saying Congress's current ally, Uddhav Thackeray, is part of the EVM Ghotala?
No, I'm just saying that, Mr. Thackeray, with all his expertise, all his experience with the BJP from the past, from 2018, he was a partner of the BJP. So he must know something about the EVM.
I'll tell you, if you say that, Charu Pragya would say, Mr. Mitra, just hear me out. If you say that, Charu Pragya would then turn around and tell you that if you have blind faith in what Uddhav Thackeray says, why don't you back him on what he says about Savarkar? Will you back him on what he says about Savarkar?
Manish, it's not my place to back.
Mr. Thackeray,
on an ideological point of view, we are talking about the EVM here, especially the EVM.
So it's your place to back up only.
We've seen that Mr. Thackeray has an apprehension. If Mr. Thackeray has an apprehension about the EVMs in a democracy, if we are having a conversation, what is the harm in it? Let's just go to the thing and just go over this.
There is absolutely no logic.
In fact, Rohan Mitra, you made your point. Charu, if anyone has concrete evidence, let's open up this argument. Rohan Mitra is saying, let's have this conversation, let's have this conversation, but this is a democracy. You're absolutely right. We also have courts. Why hasn't anyone gone to the court if they have concrete evidence to try and prove that there is EVM Ghotala? Why is it merely in front of cameras and in news studios that these allegations are made, but not in the courtroom?
Well, in the time, there's enough time for the 2024 elections. I'm sure the opposition, which has been gearing up.
That was for Charu.
They are meeting down in Shimla in the next month.
Charu wanted to come in. So they are going to wait till 2024. They'll wait till 2024. After that, they'll go to the courts. Charu.
So, it's incredible, the line of convenience that everybody in the opposition takes. It's incredible how right now my co-panelist does not want to talk about Savarkar, but when it suits his agenda, he says, EVM wali baat to theek ho sakti hai, Savarkar pe mujhe comment nahi karna hai. See, this is the same Mr. Thackeray who lost his entire political ideology when he joined sides with the Congress NCP in Maharashtra, and any Marathi person will tell you this. Because you cannot backstab the people who have supported you, actually change your ideology 180 degrees and still hope to continue to win the hearts of people. That just does not happen. And here you are not wanting to make a comment on Veer Savarkar. I ask you one thing very specifically. Actually, no, I'm going to ask you two things. Number one, how did any other political party manage to win any other election? Jharkhand, Bengal, Karnataka, Punjab, Himachal. Why don't you tell me a little bit more about these states? And secondly, if you're so convinced And if you think that you have all the answers, why did you not turn up for the EVM hackathon? And why don't you move the courts now? This is only and only a media trial that you try to do. You bring down the Election Commission of India, which is doing fantastic, fabulous work. The whole world applauds the work of our Election Commission. We're the largest democracy.
This is a question on principle.
We go for general elections.
Can I just answer Charu?
Okay. You answer that. Answer Charu, and then I have a question for you.
Yeah, the point is for you to assume that the opposition, which has had its first meeting in Patna and which will be having its second meeting in Shimla on July the 11th, that they are not going to take up this matter in the courts or in the hackathon with the Election Commission again. That's just baseless. And as for what you said about Mr. Thackeray, let me remind you, Charu, in Meghalaya, you all were anti-Conrad Sangma. Throughout the election, Conrad Sangma and his party was bad. And right after the elections, you have an alliance with Mr. Conrad Sangma. Same thing happened in Karnataka, where you were against the JDS.
What's that
and
got
today,
to do with EVMs?
You and the JDS are sitting on the same.
I think all political parties are guilty of having done that, but can we come back to the point of EVMs? Pranesh, you had a question for him.
Mr. Mitra, just answer this. This is a question on principle. Charu, 1 minute.
44 seats in the Indian
Charu, just 1 minute. I have this question for Mr. Mitra. Mr. Mitra, now tell me, I'll come back to you, Charu. Let me just ask him. When people say, and I'm talking about people from opposition camp, when they say democracy is dead, you tell me going after institutions, is that democratic? When you're going and questioning integrity of election commission, the same election commission that conducted polls in Karnataka, EVM bashing and EC bashing, is that democratic? Yes or no?
Pranesh, in a democracy, you can question everything. We have been seeing over the years how the present incumbent central BJP has been undermining all the democratic institutions which has really made India the great country that we are in. Today, we've seen people like, when Mr. Obama was the American president, he was good. Now that Mr. Obama has questioned...
But Mr. Mitra, you can question everything in democracy. No one is denying you that right. But, when people come out and say that Afzal Guru's execution was judicial murder, what is that? That is irresponsible commentary. You have to draw the line somewhere. For the sake of it, you can't question anything.
Pranesh, we are not talking about Afzal Guru here. So if Mr.
I'm just giving you an example of what you said.
No, I'm just saying that we can have comments about the institutions where we feel that there has been some bad against the opposition.
Okay, we are running out of time.
What are we going to do?
Charu, Pragya, quick last word we'll take.
No, but the same institution makes you win in Karnataka. You have not answered that. The same institution that you are actually bad-mouthing right now on national television makes you win in Karnataka. You have nothing to say about that? The EVMs were working fine. The Election Commission is not to be blamed? Or let's blame them now?
There's no blaming the Election Commission. Here we are creating a doubt. There's a cause for doubt against the EVMs.
But only if BJP wins is there a cause for doubt. I think that is your contention. If BJP wins, there is a reason of doubt.
Who was your partner for 26 years?
But we'll not go to the courts. We will make these accusations.
It was not us.
Serious accusations. Hopefully it is going to be fought out in the courts rather than on camera. Unfortunately, we're running out of time. Thank you so much, both of you, however, for joining us here with your inputs. Without a short break.